Hi everybody, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Amy. I go by Fiber Arts Amy here and on Instagram. I'm moving you for a second. Sorry, it's gonna be a little bit shaky today. I'm actually filming in my bedroom. Yeah. So I was like, wait, is the dog there? Freya might join us. I'm so happy you could join us today, or join me today. I'm disorganized. I've got so much going on in life as well as in the stitching world, and I'm trying to get one of these now because I think it's only going to get harder. I keep this has been a lot longer than I wanted it to be since I've been here. I keep putting it off because I think something's going to happen or I think it's going to be a better time, and it's never a better time. If anything, things are getting harder and more disorganized. I can hear my dog. So the whole family's home right now. I almost never film these in the afternoon, but I'm doing it today. Here's Freya. Ooh! She's stepping on the cord. All right, can you lay down on Dad's pillow? Can you lay down? Go to your spot. Can you go to your spot? No, she wants to. She wants attention. She knows you guys are getting my attention. She wants that attention on her. Take a nap. Lay down. Lay down. Okay, so I am very busy. In the last, I don't know, since I've been here, there's actually even in the last few weeks, definitely been coming a little more to terms with how little I actually can stitch. I don't have that much time. And so I'm doing my best. But for the most part, my stitching time has either been spent on my Teresa Wentzler, my Princess and the Dragon, or it's been spent like picking up smalls because like I've got 10 minutes while I'm making dinner or something and I pick up something really small and really easy. Look at how pretty she is. I pick up something really small and really easy, you know, just to like occupy my hands for 10 minutes or whatever. Or if I'm just like, I just can't, like, I just need a break from the Teresa Wentzler if I've managed to put some good stitching on her, but like I'm starting to lose focus and go bleary-eyed, I might pick something else up just briefly. But I've been working, and my kids are taking time, especially because it's near the end of the year, and so there's lots going on, lots of activities, lots of end of the year stuff at school, meetings and whatnot. So can you lay down, please? No, Dad just took you. Lay down. I'm trying to get this in before dinner. We ordered pizza, so at least I'm not cooking, but still. All right, so I know I don't have everything here that I've touched or put my hands on, but I have a lot of it, lots of fun stuff to look at. So I'm gonna jump in and get started. The first thing I'm gonna show you is a scissor fob because it's attached to my scissors and I don't want them on the bed because I don't want them to like poke through anything. So I finished the scissor fob. So this is a design by Heartstring Samplery. She has a series of designs called Festive Little Fobs, I think. I think they're all called Festive Little Fobs. But they're all, so it's like you buy one pattern, but there's maybe half a dozen or 8 or something small items in there. Just all really little smalls to stitch. So I have some of those sulky 12-weight threads, and so I used the Heartstring Samplery pattern, but it's hard to see the antlers, but there are antlers there. They show up really well in real life. They show up less well on here. This is just a scrap piece of 28 Lugana that I had. I also, so instead of following the called for colors, I just pulled some of those sulkies. I think they're all variegated, and used those. Yeah, and then kind of made up the finishing myself. Yeah, I didn't follow her finishing instructions. I could have. I did it all by hand just because I wanted to just sit there and sew by hand. Didn't feel like going to my sewing machine or whatever, which I'm assuming her instructions involve sewing at the sewing machine. I don't actually know. But anyway, yeah, there's my Festive Little Fobs project. And my sheep scissors, which they're so cute. There's the face. I keep these at my stitching spot downstairs. All right, get this off bed. Okay, before I forget, because it would be totally like me to forget. This is usually where I sit when I stitch her. Here's my Teresa Wentzler. All right, so this is almost the only thing I've been working on. Well, I say that. Like 90% of my stitching time has gone to this. My other 10% of my stitching time has been spread out over like 15 other projects. But this is primarily what I've been working on. She's almost done. I've got some green on my needle now. So I need to finish this green through like there. Yeah, I just have like a small little section that I need to add this green. And once I move my Q-snap, I've got some green hanging here too. I have just a few more stitches left to do in this green color that I can't get to with the Q-snap. And then I've got some grass. I've got a few little places in our dress. That's actually from the grass. I think there might be a few more stitches in one of these bits here. A few little pieces in the tail. And then backstitch and beading. Like these holes here are beading. There's not a ton of beading in this. It's pretty spread out. There's nothing real dense. I was trying to finish this. I have a piece ready to be picked up at the framer. My framer's like 45 minutes away. And I was trying to finish this before going to pick up that piece, but I'm not sure when this is going to be done. So I'm going to go, today's Wednesday, May 28th, I think, 28th. I'm just going to go pick up that thing on Friday and still try to get this done, but then I don't like leaving it there for too long. This, just train of thought went right in my head and then whoop, right back out. And oh, I'd love to get this done in the next 2 weeks. I tend not to stitch in my Teresa Wentzlers during the summer when my kids are home. There's only like a week and a half left of school. I mean, it's almost done. And the back stitching I found is very easy. Like I've already back stitched parts of it that aren't kind of visible. I think you can see up there. I've done it. I've done some of the parts of the wings. For the most part, at least the pieces I've been working on so far, it's obvious where the back stitch line goes, right? Like it's like doing the back stitching between these spines of the wing is super, super easy because, like it's like the line's drawn for you. You just have to stitch it. It's easy. There's just a lot of it, but I don't mind backstitch. But even if I'm still doing this into the summer, hopefully it won't be too much longer into the summer. You guys know I've been working on this for quite some time. And I have a full unopened kit of this ready to give away once I'm done with this. So to celebrate, I'll do a giveaway. But the next time I film, this might be at the framer, so you might not see it then. But anyway, I could sit here and look at it all day. Look at how stunningly beautiful this is. I'm gonna cough. Excuse me. I love it. I can't wait to have it on my wall. It needs a good wash. I'm sure I've been working on it. This is one of, if not my oldest whip. So it's been around a long time. 20 plus years. So there's that one. There's just stuff everywhere. I actually keep like a mound of stitching stuff next to my side of the bed. You might hear my kids and stuff like moving around. I don't know if you just heard that. Okay. I haven't gotten to stitch with Lisa for a few weeks, but I think I've made progress on this since you saw it last. And it's beautiful, so I'll bring it out anyway. Here's Mirabilia. Oh my god. What is she called? Why am I blanking? Garden Beauty. There we go. This is why apparently why I film earlier in the day usually. So my Garden Beauty is pretty close to being done. I mean, there's still significant work there at the bottom, but not that much. She's looking beautiful. I love her. So I stitched this with Lisa, crossed by floss. Oh, just the folds of that dress and the ruffles are just so beautiful. So hopefully Lisa and I will be able to get together more this summer, and really want to get that done before the Mirabilia retreat in the fall, if I can. I feel like I'm rushing. Am I rushing? Oh, I was going to ask you guys a question. Bring this back. Okay, so I'm going to film this. I'm going to frame this without a mat. I'm trying to figure out where to sign it. I just want to put my initials in the year that I finish it. So I was thinking I'd do it down here, but now I'm kind of changing my mind on that. I feel like that might sort of take away from the scene. I don't want anything to distract from the scene. And often I do sign my initials in a floss that nearly matches the background fabric. So it's there, and like if you look close you can see it and you can tell the threads are there, but visually doesn't like stand out too much. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll just do it down here, like, you know, on, which is kind of a typical for me, like year in one corner and initials in the other corner at the bottom. I could do that, especially if I use like, I would probably use like a really light gray or a really light blue to sign this again, so it's like visible but only kind of if you look for it. But then that might mess up like how much, I don't know how close we're gonna get the frame to the border. I don't want to have to like move that because of where I've signed it. Now there are going to be there's beaded flowers, groups of flowers that go in these spaces. Maybe I could fit something in there. I don't know. I want to hear y'all's opinions though on signing it. Let me know what you think. Any suggestion? I may not take your suggestions, but I'd love to hear them. Give me some ideas. Okay, next, this is a very old project for me. So this is from, how many years ago did she publish this? This is a Lorie Holt. It's her Prim Stitch series. This is from 2020. Yeah, pandemic. Okay, so there's actually a chart to do all, so I'm doing all of these on one piece. So there's 12 of them. And they all have like a virtue assigned to them. What you call it, a virtue? Yeah, so in cheerful, endurance. This one's hearth. I'm not going to read all of them, but you get the idea. Sarah Stitchamami did this. She finished hers years ago. She did them as individual pieces and was very clever. She put like specialty stitches, incorporated specialty stitches into each of them. And they were beautiful. Well, I started this. This is for the one I'm doing. I started this when it came out and didn't make it very far. And largely the reason I didn't make it very far is because I really wasn't happy with my fabric. Again, this was 2020. I thought I'd work from stash. And I love stitching on Monaco. I like stitching on Monaco. And so I, at least at the time, had a good stash of it. I've since used a lot of it. But it's Prim Stitch series, and I thought this would look good with the designs. So I pulled out this, might be tea stained, I don't know, Monaco. And it's shedding. Sorry about that. And this is how far I got. So again, there's this border. I don't know if Lorie Holt designed the border or if, well, she probably did. You can get it from Fat Quarter Shop, the border to go around them. So I basically have the top row started. And I hate my fabric. I just don't like my fabric choice for this. It's just not, even over the last few years, kind of my, awareness of what I really like has really got better. Um, uh, and this is just not me. It's too dank for me, especially with kind of the cheerfulness of the colors in this. I should say I used this opportunity to get the, to try the Orifloss spools. I don't think I'm going to invest any more in Orifloss. It's fine. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. It's fine. It's kind of crispy. It almost feels more linen-y than cottony. It's just a little bit dry. It feels a little dry and crisp to me. I prefer the feel of a DMC. It's fine. But it's also expensive, and I just don't think I'll invest in any more colors. I also changed, I think the only thing I changed was my border is going to be kind of brighter with like a teal. Her original border has I think it's called raisin. More of like a plummy brown shade for the border, and I didn't care for it so much. So, but I also have so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a different color for the fabric. But then I saw how much I had done and was like, oh, now it's not worth finishing it if I'm not enjoying it on here. But what I think I will do is just finish these 3 blocks, and then I might experiment with turning this into a drum. Just those first 3 blocks, and see how I like it. So that's my plan for this piece of fabric. But what I did is, okay, spoiler ahead for anybody in my Fabric of the Month Club, small spoiler. If you haven't gotten your May Fabric of the Month yet, look away. The May Fabric of the Month is this color that I love, that I've actually had sitting around for a while, called Barely Blue. So I've started doing, for those of you who don't know, I run Oak Crown Studios, my hand-dyed fabric company. I have started doing, and I have several more sort of dyed, but you guys don't have access to them yet. But I started doing these Barely, like a line of, they're all of them called Barely, a line of Barely colors, where it's not white, but it's not that far from white either. So Barely Blue is exactly what it sounds like. It is just a little bit off of blue. Little bit of mild modeling. I'll find a piece of white paper or something so you guys can see. White. Okay. So there's color, but it's not very much. And you guys, you might know I do a lot of like I don't do a lot of dark colors, but I do a lot of like medium tone colors. Well, my Barely range is going to be light. And this will be up on the website here within the next couple of weeks. I'm working on taking pictures of them now and getting them up. So anyway, I've just barely started this. I love it. This needle minder I got from a website that I think is called The Bee's Knees. They like import British goods. I love Beatrix Potter. So, anyway, I love my needle minder. So that's just like, so far I've only had a chance to kind of outline the top set of blocks. And this is also a 36 count. So I decided if I was restitching it, to make it faster. Also, I'm doing this on 36 count with 1 strand. So you can use the sewing method instead of over 2 using 2 strands. And you might, again, it shows up great in real life, but not as well on camera. The blue bits are also outlined by white. But then there's also another color that goes around that. So it'll show up. Okay. So that was kind of a restart for me. I feel bad I shake you guys so much if I have you on the bed. But, oh, I forgot to put this back in. I also have fabric left over for smalls or something. Okay. This, I don't remember if I showed you guys the last time I worked on it. So I grabbed it because I'd love to have more time to work on this right now. What is this called? Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm like losing my mirror knowledge as I get older. What's going on? Hold on. The pattern's like stuck to the back. Garden Muses. Can't believe I forgot that. All right, this is Garden Muses from Mirabilia. I love this piece. I do have a bit more in the middle done, not a lot, like the trees. So this one's kind of like mirrored. So you've got one of the muses on each side. So I did pull this out recently and put some more stitches in on it. My apologies if I already showed you that and I just don't remember. I'd like to make more progress on this once I get my Teresa Wentzler done. I've been uploading pictures just to my stories most days that I work on my Teresa Wentzler. So if you want to follow my progress on it more closely, follow me on Instagram and just take a look at my stories each day. I don't post a lot on there, but if I do post, it'll be in my, like if I've just been posting in my stories. When I actually finish it, I'll probably post it a real post, but you know, for the time being, I'm just popping quick pictures up on my stories. Okay, so this I've been wanting to start this for years. Finally, I just did it. This is Golden Kite, a full coverage called Spring Blossoms. This was one of the first that I bought, like the first purchase I made from Golden Kite was 3 patterns. If you purchase something from Golden Kite, if you purchase 3, you get 30% off. So this was in the original group of 3 that I purchased, and I still hadn't started it, and I really wanted to start it, but also really didn't have a lot of time. When you guys want to see my start, this is so Golden Kites contain blends. Most of them do. Some of them have a version without blends, but typically they have blends. So this is 2 strands over 1 on 28 count linen. There's my start. Can you see it? I can't see it well because my glasses aren't actually on my face. I don't know how many stitches that is. It's like one little row, a little bit of the next. But you know what? It started, and it makes it that much easier to pick it back up when I want to work on it. Sorry for the truck outside if you can hear that. So very happy to get that started. What else do I have around here? I put a few stitches in on this. Scott, if you're watching, my husband, don't look at this. I'm not going to talk a lot. This is a project for him. I don't have the cover picture, but you'll get the gist. So this has more to go on either end, and it's themed around this guy. I'm talking in code because my husband does watch my videos. Okay, Scott, you can look again. I haven't put a ton of work in on this, but I pick it up here and there and put a few stitches in. Hopefully it'll be done. I've got some other things I want to finish for him sooner, but oh, so much to share. Okay, I spent some time chatting with Lady Lugana, Sarah, a few weeks ago, and we are stitching, it's called In Her Garden, together. I love this piece. Dimensions Gold Kit. I think it's still readily available. I don't have a ton of work done on it, but it's getting there. And if you've been around for a while, you know I've been making a real effort to put more work in on my kits. I pulled out a group of them to really focus on some. Sorry, the thread's in the way. But I think I put just stitches in up there, but making progress. That's the top left corner. It's gonna be a while, but that's okay. I'm really enjoying working on it. There's stuff all over my bed. I don't even know what's in this bag or why it's here, or if I even worked on this thing. I did not work on that. I brought it up here because I was going to, but then I didn't. But maybe I will. So well, I'll show you. You don't know what I'm talking about. I have very little done on this. I think I will leave it up here. My tablet's up here. This is Sun Moon from Golden Kite. I think I've only worked for a couple of days on this. That's all I have done. This is on 28 count Monaco. So yeah, I think I'll leave that up here. I've been in a full coverage mood, but honestly I feel guilty picking up something like a full coverage. And I'm like, oh, if I have the energy for that, shouldn't I be working on Teresa Wentzler? I need to finish the Teresa Wentzler so I can feel freed to do other things. Okay, did I start this? I think I did. I did. Okay, I got super excited when I saw this. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge, like, cozy murder mystery fan. Probably my all-time favorite movie is Clue. I love all things Agatha Christie, and like there's like a million book series about like women who live in a small town and run a bookshop, or a woman who runs or lives in a small town and runs the local library, or a woman who lives in a small town and owns a crusted shop or a knitting shop. They're like, whatever you're into, like baking, cooking, tea shops, all kinds of things, there's cozy mysteries for you. Like, we're talking very like Murder, She Wrote, like not gory, not scary, cozy mysteries. I love them. Possibly my favorite genre. So I assume everybody knows about these, but you might not. There's this series of designs by Bothy Threads that are called Cut Through. I don't think I've ever shown it in here because I haven't worked on it in years, but I have a cut through spaceship that's partially done, and I have a few other cut throughs. I know I have the cut through pirate ship. Well, this is a cut through whodunit, and it's amazing. So what's so fun about these is, like, the more you look at them, the more you find hilarious little details. And so they're really fun to stitch because, like, as you're stitching, you're like, wait, what is that? And then you, like, get the joke. You're like, oh, okay, I get, like, that's so funny. I get it. So this, like, needs to be done. There's a painting of Miss Marple in there. There's obviously, or what is obviously a Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Like, there's just so much funny stuff. There's like a leg and a hand sticking out of pots in the greenhouse. It's just, yeah, I love this. So I don't have any particular plans to get it done on a schedule, but I got it started basically as soon as I got it. This is, I mean, it's a silly little start. I'm looking to see where the heck it is. I think I know where it is. That's the clock face. So I can't see without my glasses on. Clock face and her apron there. That's what we're talking. That's like in between the rooms. Clock face and I think her apron. So there's my little start. I don't feel any pressure to like get this done, but really, like, it just makes me happy. It's just makes me smile. I'm glad to have it. So I also made a little bit of progress on my Home in the Mountains, which also I have from Golden Kite. It's a full coverage. It's an enormous full coverage. Keeping an eye on the time. I hope I'm not talking too fast. So I started this in the top right corner, and I'm in love with these colors, and this thing's massive, and I don't know if it's ever going to get done, but I'm going to really enjoy working on it. Those colors are just so beautiful. The whole painting is beautiful, but it's making me happy. So I did put, I don't know, spend an hour or two putting some more stitches in on this. Oftentimes this comes out when I'm like, I just want that color. It's kind of my favorite color. Oh, I gotta put this is the floss for it. There's so much. But thankfully, a lot of that kind of color that I like. A greeny blue, tealy blue color. So that got a little bit of attention. I had to see what's in these bags. I did some organizing this month, and some stuff got... Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Sorry, that was kind of loud. I forgot that I had to... Okay. I found this kit for a good price. Southern Stroll. Nope, Southern Social. So back when I lived in the South, I mean, I would still like to do it up here, but I had the time and there were enough historical homes around that I used to go do historical home tours when I got the chance. Not plantations necessarily, but although I've been to a plantation, but all kinds of historical homes. Like, I just love that. I love going and touring old homes, especially if they have like reenactors, if they've got like museum stuff set up, any sort of like living history. I really love that. So anyway, I finally went ahead and grabbed this one. It's obviously a very old kit. It's in the bag, and it showed up smelling bad. It was really just the outside that smelled bad. I had to go get this, put it in my garage to air out. And it's fine now. But the materials all were fine. But the bag, not so much. I spent a couple of evenings on this, and I'm pretty happy with the progress I made. So that's just kind of, I started near the middle and just did some of like the outline of the house. And I think this is the kit, like 18 Ada. Did some of the bits of the house, but then went up. So this is the top. It's an oval design, which I love. I love designs that aren't square, rectangular, like that just give you something a little bit different shape-wise to look at. So I went up and started working on sky and trees, and I went down and did a little more of the house. So I think I'm probably going to generally follow a like kind of top down and middle out thing, just to, I get bored if I work on one color or one thing too long. But I was really into this for a couple of evenings. I mean, for me, that's a pretty good start. You saw my start and that one full coverage. This is a pretty good start for me. So I'm happy with that. I keep an eye on the time. I take my daughter to a school function tonight. I'm getting paranoid that I like never turned on, like never hit record, but I totally did. I'm just kind of off right now. Oh my gosh, Amy, what is, oh, is this a chatelaine? This is a chatelaine. Is this the one I started? I'm not even going to remember which one it is. This is Caribbean mandala. I hope that's right. Goodness gracious. I hope that's right. And I stitched an arrow in so I know which way is up. This is one of my fabrics. In the word. This is also it is Caribbean mandala. This is a fabric of the month that has not made it onto the website yet, hopefully soon, called Glacier, and I love. And I dyed this opalescent for myself and just was like, oh my goodness, I have to stitch something on that. And so I consulted some stitchy friends and decided to go with Caribbean mandala. And I apologize, I don't have the image here to show you because I only have the digital pattern, which is on my phone. So Caribbean mandala. Very happy with that. And for this one, actually, because I have so many kits, I'm just going to gather the materials as I go. So I have the DMC and I have the water lilies so far. Okay, so I think this came up in like my Etsy. I get like Etsy note, like I don't get the notifications dinging on my phone, but like if I go into Etsy, I can look and see like the new items. Did I see it on a Flosstube? I think I just saw it in my Etsy. Anyway, this is a pattern from Asbury's Echoes. It's got the chart for each of these. And then there's another Etsy shop that does the little tray, which I also went ahead and purchased. When I saw this, actually, what I thought was I wanted to do it with my Oak Crown Studios floss. So I dye a wool silk blend floss. It's like a really thin yarn. It puffs up a lot once I've dyed it, but then it thins back out. I love using it. It's not for everybody, but it's non-divisible. It very much, its thickness varies depending on how tight you pull it. So like you can use it on much thinner, higher count fabrics by like pulling a little tighter, or if you don't want to use as many strands. Like I've used it on 28 count and just on half stitches, and it looks fantastic. This I'm stitching on 36 count, and I'm just picking my own colors as I go. I have more than 40 colors in my range, so I have a lot to choose from, and I love how this is turning out so far. This is an unknown 36 count linen. I didn't dye it. It's from my stash, but I'm not sure who the dyer was or when I got it. I tend to like more grayish backgrounds as opposed to like tan backgrounds typically. So, and this is definitely more of a gray. But I've got my colors picked out, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with how it's going. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stick with the pink flowers or if I'm going to do blue flowers. Probably pink. I just like blue. But I feel like pink works better. Maybe I'll try blue and see how it goes. I don't know. But that's been sitting just down in my stitchy chair downstairs for me to grab whenever I'm in the mood. There's stuff everywhere. I have a finish. This is my shepherd's bush. What is it? Maybe Busy Bee stitching tray, I think it was called. I finished this several days ago, maybe a week ago. This will, I also have a tray that this gets mounted in. And I was kind of thinking of just, once I finish the other one, I'll just mount them at the same time. I have a board to like wrap them around, like acid-free mounting board and whatnot. And I'll just lace them. I find it pretty easy to just lace things and adjust them. And typically I find, you can glue things in place. Usually if I cut the board to the right size, just the friction will keep it in there, right? Like if I tipped over the tray and like bashed it on something, you could get it out, but like I don't typically need to glue it. You just kind of put it in there, and if it's a tight enough fit, it'll stay in. So anyway, I'm very happy with that. Just needs to be fully finished. And then I started making a lot more progress on, see, I'm doing a lot of smalls. I have this kit, which I ordered directly from the shop, Le Bonheur des Dames, if I'm saying that right, in France. I saw, I believe it was on one of Luda's like old videos where she was shopping in Paris or wherever. And I saw this like on the wall behind her. I hunted it up, or hunted it down, and went ahead and ordered it directly from the shop. So this is where I am so far, making progress. This is a flap. So I put my hand in there. It took me a while to find sort of a strategy for how to hold this to stitch it more comfortably. And if you've been around here for a while, I'm having trouble with my elbow. It is healing. That's the good news. But this is something that, depending on how I hold it, can definitely aggravate my elbow. Like if I hold my hand at kind of an awkward angle, it can make things worse. So I've definitely had to play a little bit with how to hold it. But this is, again, I'm not like in a rush. This just sits, so my stitchy chair downstairs is right next to the kitchen. This is often what gets picked up like during dinner time, like for me up and down a lot. And any of these like smalls, that's kind of what happens. Did I go through everything? 39 minutes. I feel kind of like I did something wrong, guys. 39 minutes. what else should we talk about? No, really, I'll wrap it up. I'm actually really proud of myself. I hope I wasn't talking too fast. I was trying to like kind of fit this in because I knew if I didn't do it today, it probably was not going to get done for several more weeks. I think that's it. So my goals going forward are to finish my Teresa Wentzler. I also have, so Nora has designed a freebie for us for the fall retreat. Maggie, Kitschy Whips, and I, for if you don't know, host a retreat in October in Charlotte. Nora Corbett, who designs for Mirabilia, is our guest this year. And she's designed a freebie, and so the rest of my stitchy time has gone to model stitching that. I want to get it stitched ASAP and get it framed, and I love it. I love it so much. It's a super fun stitch, and I wish I could show you. I will eventually. I can't right now, but I'm thrilled with it. It's so beautiful. Sorry if you hear the running water. One of my kids is washing his hands in the bathroom. And then also Katie Tonight, who doesn't have a Flosstube, although I wish she did, but she's on Instagram. Maggie and I are also hosting a retreat this summer that's chatelaine themed. And Maggie and Katie has designed a freebie for the retreat attendees that is very chatelaine-esque. And it's amazing. I'm so excited about it, guys. I've stitched part of it, and then with my elbow, I really had to put it down. Plus, I made a mistake, and I need to frog, and that's, you know how it is, right? I mean, some of you are very responsible, and the moment you make a mistake, you frog it. Well, this was a big mistake, and it's going to take a lot of time to frog. And I was so upset when it happened that I set it aside, and I have not gone back to it. Once I finish my Teresa Wentzler, then I'm going to see how much. I won't be able to finish it before the retreat in July, but I'm going to see how much I can get done to bring that with me. Quick shop update information. So I've been updating the website. I am going to have started selling more quilting supplies, especially notions. So for those of you who are quilters, there's a little bit more stuff on the site. That site's going to like slowly grow. I'm only going to be putting things on there that I use and that I love. I think that's important to know. What else? So my boxes. So I have an autumn themed box. Again, for those of you who don't know, I put together, I have a Fabric of the Month Club. I'll link my website below. It's oakcrownstudios.com. I have a Fabric of the Month Club, which I'm having a blast with. It's so fun to do. I also started a while back putting together themed boxes. And I have so many ideas for themes and whatnot that I want to do. So the autumn box, which ordering for is closed, that's going to be shipping out here in the next couple of days. And I'm crazy excited about it because it has a lot of amazing stuff. So my boxes always contain 3 fat quarters of fabric. You get to choose your fabric base. And then just a small smattering of other stuff. Well, I went overboard on the autumn box, and I'm really excited about some of the stuff you guys are going to get. And anyway, really excited. But I have 2 other boxes that are open for pre-orders right now. One of them is dragon themed, which I'm really excited. I've dyed one of the colors. I know the names of all 3 colors. I've dyed one of them, and 2 more. I know what I'm going to do. I'm so excited about this dragon box. That I think has an estimated ship date of December 1st. And then I just put this one up maybe a week ago. I am going to do a naturally dyed fabric box, which is going to be tons of fun for me. It's going to be naturally dyed fabrics. So some of you might know I love Most of my fabrics, my general fabric line, most of it uses very high quality Procyon dyes they're fiber reactive dyes that are they're not perfect, nothing is, but they're very color fast, light fast, wash fast. They're really nice. They're chemical synthetic dyes. But I also love natural dyes. So I already have 2 that are available on the website. I have indigo and turmeric, although they, especially the indigo, are really more available seasonally. Getting ready to set up an indigo vat probably in 2 more weeks. Maybe next week, probably in 2 weeks. Because I have some orders for indigo that I need to get out, and our weather hopefully is going to finally warm up around here. Anyway, and stop raining. Stopping raining would be nice. So I decided I want to do a naturally dyed fabric box. And I don't know how popular it's going to be because I feel like it's a little bit niche. Something a lot of knitters are into. It's something I'm really into. But I want to do it. So I've put up a naturally dyed fabric box and I'm super excited. I will say the natural dyes I'm going to use are not the natural dyes that are already available on my website. So it's not going to include indigo or turmeric. It'll include other things, other types of natural dyes. So I'm really excited for that. And that I want to say I said like a February 1st, maybe a March 1st ship date. It's in the item description if you're interested, but feel free to ask me questions. If you have questions about anything I showed today, let me know. Please comment, let me know where and how I should sign my Teresa Wentzler. That's all I got. I hope you guys are enjoying your spring or fall if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. For those of you who are coming to the retreats, especially the retreat this summer, because it's the next one I'm super excited for. And enjoy your stitching time as much as you can. Enjoy your change in weather, and hopefully I'll be back here soon. Bye.